Hi there, I'm Jackie Handy. I'm a leadership development, diversity and inclusion and recruitment speaker, training consultant and author. And I've been supporting Employability UK now for a number of years in their wonderful work, speaking at schools and with their developmental programs. Why? Well, because I truly believe that everybody deserves opportunities in this world to thrive in their education and in their working lives. So I'm delighted to be here today to take our next letter in the series A to Z of Super Confidence. And I'm going to be sharing with you letter B, and that stands for Be Assertive. So what does it mean to be assertive? Well, I'm going to start by telling you what it doesn't mean. And it doesn't mean being aggressive. That's very different and is often seen as quite a negative characteristic. Being aggressive means that perhaps you're forcing your opinion and your needs onto other people. Perhaps you're trying to manipulate situations to get your own way. And that's not seen as a very nice characteristic. But being assertive, on the other hand, is seen as very positive. It's subtly different to aggression in that you're firm but fair, and you deliver your message in such a way that the person who receives it is not going to be offended. So let me give you an example. Imagine that you're doing a project, perhaps for your education, perhaps for your work, and somebody phones you up and asks you to go out somewhere. And you just simply don't have time. Being aggressive might be, well, could you just leave me alone because I'm really busy right now? I don't want to go anywhere right now. And you hear that, right? In the tone of voice, it comes across quite, aggressive, exactly what it is. But instead, if you are able to answer that particular request with something different, perhaps like this, well, that sounds great. But right now, I just can't commit the time because I'm working to this deadline, and perhaps we'll do that another time if that's okay. Now, that's also the same kind of outcome, so I'm not going where you want to go, but you've delivered that message in what I would say a firm but fair way, in an assertive way that means that the person receiving that communication from you is not likely to feel offended. So I remind you that aggression is seen as a negative characteristic. People don't like to be around aggressive people because they feel uneasy around them and they don't really want to spend time with them. But for people who are assertive and able to really be assertive in the way in which they communicate and the way in which they behave, will have greater success in their communication and in their long-term career outcomes. So why don't you give some examples of your own a try? And that's how you'll really hone the skill of being assertive, by practicing and receiving some feedback on how you're getting on. So I hope that's been useful for you. And if you saw the last letter, which was A, by the way, which stood for Act Confident, then you'll also be able to see how this, being assertive, really supports that and builds upon your overall experience when you communicate and when you behave in education and in your career. So do give that some thought, do practice, and do get yourself a copy of the A to Z of Super Confidence from Employability UK. And if you want to check my work out, you'll find me on jackiehandy.com. So join us again next time, but for now, enjoy being assertive.